welcome back to my channel. This is Plans with Stacy. I'm Stacy. I don't know how you found my channel, but I am so glad that you did. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We have so much fun here on the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. So today, as you can see, we are going to be doing something a little bit different than what we've been doing before. And I know it's been a minute since I posted a video, but I kind of want to tell y'all where I've been, what I've been doing, all the things. Okay. So as you see, I have an iPad here. I bought this iPad on December 31st of 2024 so that it would not count towards the 2025 budget, because I'm always trying to figure out how to make it seem like my spending is acceptable and whatever. So as you know, I have been a paper planner for years, but over the past couple of years, literally last year, going into last year, and then into this, or leaving last year, going into this year, I have slowly kind of lost that spark when it comes to paper planning. And I will be the first to admit it. It's like it's not fun for me anymore. It became a situation where I felt like it was homework to sit down and put things in my planner, and then also trying to record videos and put things online, and I'll take pictures, and then it became a second job essentially. And so what I was doing on my days off was spending hours and hours trying to record a video, find stickers, find inspiration for the next video. Now I have a plethora of stickers and papers and all kind of paper products, but it just got to a point where it just was not fun for me anymore. So I took a break from paper planning. I cannot tell you, well, I can tell you. The last time I picked up my paper planner, which I have shown on this channel so many times, the last time I picked that planner up was in May. I'm not going to say that I am 100% a digital planner at this time, but I'm slowly getting to that point. And I feel like that's okay. And I don't feel like I need to apologize for that. So anyway, this is the planner in question. I'll tell you a little bit about how I came to get this digital planner. So at first, when I got my iPad, I said, I am not doing digital planning. I refuse. I'm not paying for another planner. I'm not paying for more stickers. Long story short, I ended up going onto Pinterest and downloading a planner that was free just to kind of see what all the hype was about. And so then I played with that planner a little bit. I did not really like the way that GoodNotes was. I didn't like the way GoodNotes was set up. I didn't like anything about digital planning, just long story short. And so then as I kept doing research, as I did with paper planning, I started doing research on digital planning and all the different things you can do. And it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. So I went on to GoodNotes. This is the app that is currently on display. And I paid for, I think, a yearly subscription because, again, I didn't want to pay for a lifetime and then not know if I'm going to be using this product. So I paid for a year subscription just to kind of try it out to see, is this something that I may use in the future? Then I went onto Etsy and downloaded a planner. This particular planner is the one that I'm showing you here. It is by a lady named Nellie, and I think she owns Girl Got Goals, and that is the name of this particular planner. You can see it here in the corner. So I downloaded this planner. It's a 2025 planner. I downloaded a bundle. So I paid like $9 for that particular bundle, and it came with a planner, a fitness planner, a recipe planner, and a reading journal. Really the only thing I wanted was the reading journal and the planner. But I said, well, just get the bundle. It was $7 or $9. I think it was like $9. So not exorbitant amount. And then the subscription, $11. So less than $25 for both. And then I got to kind of play around with GoodNotes. So today I want to show you the planner. And I also want to show you how I made my lock screen, which I haven't even shown you yet. But this is my lock screen that I made using GoodNotes. And this is the lock screen for September. So I'm going to show you how I did that using Pinterest, GoodNotes, all those things. So with this particular planner, it's 554 pages, and they're all digital. So this is kind of the overview, the index of the planner, and you get your year at a glance, photo of the month, all these things. I'm going to tell you right now, 94% 4% of this planner is not filled in. And then you have your productivity section, your finance section. So again, the planner that I purchased came in a bundle, and it came with a budget planner, but then the planner itself came with all these things. So let me just go back to this section here. So this is the bundle that I purchased, and I'm missing the recipe planner because there were some issues with GoodNotes. I had to uninstall, reinstall, all those things, back up my current stuff, and so I just didn't re-download the recipe bundle. But I do have it backed up, but there's no point because there's nothing in it. But anyway, the only part of this bundle that is dated is the actual planner. So I can literally keep using the budget planner. I can keep using the reading journal and the fitness planner however I see fit for years and years to come. And I don't have to pay for it again. As like with some of the paper planners, once you fill it up, now you got to get another one to keep using it or continue using it. Anyway, so this is the planner itself. It is a Sunday start, which I don't know why I downloaded a Sunday start because I've always used a Monday start. Again, it was not my intention to be a digital planner. I'm going to say that and keep saying that. And then you will slowly see how I was convinced solely by myself to be kind of dabble a little bit more in digital. So again, with this planner, it comes with like a wellness section. You get the reading log, your recipe, you get a fitness tracker, all these different things in the planner itself. So you don't necessarily have to buy the bundle, but it wasn't expensive. So I said, well, just go ahead and get it. Then it comes with these vision boards, healthy habits, monthly budgets, monthly reflection, all dated for 2025. And so then when you turn the page, you get your calendar, and it starts going through basically all these different things as you turn the page. Key dates, photo of the month, which I need to start doing that. I don't think I've taken a picture. I did recently start a lock journey. So I did get my hair into micro locks, and so I could literally bring in a picture from my photos and kind of record my journey. That would be something. Because I do have a picture. I started in January. There may be like 1 or 2 months I don't have a picture, but I know I have one for, what month is this? September? I know I have one for August, and I get my hair retied sometime this month, so I'll have one for September. Anyway, I got distracted. So we could do that and just like kind of keep up with our lock journey. Interesting. Yearly goals, so on and so forth. But what I want to show you is my vision board for September, which is the one you saw on the lock screen. And I want to show you how I did this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this page, and we're going to create one together. And then the reason that I'm able to clear this page is because I already have a picture of this page. At least I hope I do. Hold that thought. Okay, yes, I have a picture of the page. Because I actually like this lock screen. And this is also the lock screen on my phone. So I think that's just the cutest thing, is it not? Okay. Anyway, so we're going to clear this page, and I'm going to show you how I made this vision board. This is probably one of my most loved, most favorited things to do when it comes to digital planning. So first, you want to make sure that you have Scribble turned on. Right now, I'm in the read-only mode on GoodNotes. If I unclick that, or if I click it, it will go to a blue little toolbar. Let me move out of the way of that light. And then you can, start doing different things with your toolbar. If you want me to go into details on every little thing with GoodNotes, I'm still learning, but I can go through each one of these little icons. But I feel like the video will be extremely long if I do that, so let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. We won't be doing that today. Anyway, so what I like to do is I click the little 3 dots, I do a split view, and then I just go to Safari. I had to make sure that's the window that was going to open up. And so I'm playing around with some Halloween stuff for October because I started working on my October calendar. But we're working on September right now. So I'm just going to clear this out. And I'm also going to show you how you can save like stickers from Pinterest if you don't have any, or you want to just get stickers because it's free. Let me see. September 2025. I'm going to say aesthetic. It doesn't even have to be 2025. Hold on. My mind went blank. I can't talk and do stuff at the same time. Y'all know that. And then I spelled aesthetic wrong. There we go. So what I do is I put in whatever month it is. You don't have to do it this way. A lot of people do like a pic collage. And with Pinterest, you can also make a collage and then just transfer that collage to your planner or whatever it is you want the collage on. What I like to do though is kind of get a background. And so we'll start with this one. And then close that up. And then I'm just going to resize this to fit the background of this vision board. And you may have to zoom out some to get it to fit. And then I'm going to slide her over. But I don't want it to cover up my little thing on the side there. And so once I get that where I want it, I'm going to click my little 3 dots again. 3 dots is where everything lives. Click those 3 dots and I'm going to send that to the back. And so what that will do is that's your background. And so now I can come in with whatever other picture that I want, put it on top, but this will always be my background. So let's go back to Pinterest, split view, Safari. And you don't want to open Pinterest in the Pinterest app because then you won't be able to save the pictures. I don't know why that is, but it just doesn't work. So now let's say I want that pink calendar or aesthetic calendar. We can go with this one. I have to make sure it's the right one. Last time I did one of these, the calendar was wrong. So I'm just going to close that. And you don't have to close Pinterest every time. I just like to work on a bigger canvas. And so then here's my calendar. So I don't want it to look like that. And I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Do I need to zoom in some more? Okay, so we're zoomed in. Turn that light off so we can see. So I don't want this big old calendar in the middle of my page. So all I want is the calendar. So now I'm going to hit my 3 dots again. I'm going to crop that image. And then I'm going to do rectangle. And I'm just going to cut out what I want. I don't even want the flower. I just want it to say September. And then have the calendar. Hit done. It's going to cut out that picture for you or crop that picture. And now we can kind of resize it to how we want it. So before I click off that image, I'm going to hit the 3 dots again. And I'm going to bring it to the front. So now it's saved to the front of that image. And it won't move. So now we have our background. We have something laid on top of it. So now let's go in. And if you're one of the people that likes, you know, the dolls and the girls and things like that, which I do as well, because you remember how my previous page looked. So what I did to get those was I just put in, and it may be on here, Black Girl Aesthetic stickers. And so it brings up a bunch of stickers in that image. This is one of the girls that I used. And we can use her too because for some reason September just feels pink to me. I don't know. You can do any color that you want to. But I'm going to bring her in again. And so I'm going to show you how you can save that as a sticker. So let's say I want to save this entire image as a sticker. All you would do is click this little image here. It has like a sticker and a plus sign. You can click that and add the elements or add an element to whatever. You can create a new title, create a new header or whatever and go from there. So you can say new collection, name it whatever you want to name it and go from there. So I have it already saved in pics from Pinterest. So I'm not going to save it again. And then to find that image again, you click up here on that little smiley face with looks like a sticker. Click it again and see there she is already. But I want to show you how I cut her out. So I've already saved her here and then I have her saved in the image that she is down here. But I'm going to show you how I did it. So with this particular image, click on it again. I'm just going to make it bigger so you can see. So I don't want all these words in here, right? So I'm going to click the 3 dots. I'm going to say cropped. And this time I'm going to say freehand. Because if I do rectangle, it's just going to slide in and cut her off. I don't want that. So I'm going to say freehand. And then I'm just going to trim around her. and cut off whatever I don't want in my picture. So I'm going to have to cut her hair off a little bit because it has words above her head. The thing about this particular freehand is you don't want to pick up your hand because then it will connect to where you started and it will mess up your image. So for some reason my hand is a little squiggly. Alright, so then connect, done. So now it cuts off that image. All the words are gone. So now I can resize her. Let's put her up here. Move that down a little bit. Put her up here because I've cut off her hair at the top and it'll make it look like that was the intention. So then I'm going to hit my 3 dots and I'm going to bring that image to the front so that it sits on top of my background. And I'm just clicking to go back to read only because I found that in previous times of trying to do this, I was clicking the back image and then it was pushing everything to the back and then all I saw was my background. So I'm trying to not do that. Okay, so let's bring in another girl. We're going to split view, Safari. And I'm going to try to use a different girl. But I'm telling you, Pinterest is just that, I don't know. So I like that image because she has the pink and she's the image there. But let's use somebody else. Because once I find an image that I like, I literally just stop scrolling. Let me see. Let's do her. My piece matters because I don't know about yours, but mine does. And I will take peace over whatever. So she has a pink background. I don't want the pink background with her, but I'm not upset with it. But I don't want this particular image. So let's cut her out as well. Freehand. And then I'm going to just start up top. I think what the issue is with me and freehand is I'm scared to put the rest of my hand down onto the iPad. But wherever the pencil is touching is what's going to be drawn out or cut out rather. So it doesn't matter if your palm rests on the iPad. Let's cut out her sock. And you got to be quiet with this because your hand will mess around and slip up when I cut her finger off. Anyway, you didn't know that. So I'm going to put her down here and make her a little bit smaller because you can't really see the discrepancy. And I'm going to put her on the front. Okay. So there she is. So let's come in with a quote because you know I love a quote. It don't matter what type of planning I do. We're going to do a quote regardless. So I'm just going to open that window up a little bit. And then let's go with cut pink quotes. Pink positive quotes. Aesthetic. Aesthetic is the word you want to use on Pinterest because it will give you, I don't know, it'll give you all the vibes. So we have some affirmations here. I like that, so we can bring that in. I'm just going to drag and drop her over there, but I don't want it in that form. I just want the sticker or the picture, but it keeps wanting to save it. It keeps wanting to open a second window, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to close that a little bit and drag and drop. It's still wanting to do it. Maybe we won't be. There we go. You gotta let it go before Safari tries to take over. So let's get one more. You have a purpose, trust the process. And then this one says, you're stronger than you think. You have the power to create a beautiful life. Let's do all of them. Why not? And I'm going to show you a different way that you can freehand your stickers. My pen is not clicking. There we go. Alright, you don't want Safari to take it over because then it's going to open another window. Alright, so now we got 4 quotes on the page. Let me just make them a little bit bigger just so I can find them. And so, if you want to save these as a sticker, you can do it. But once you save them as a sticker or as an element, you can't change, or you can't crop it once you've saved it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to save that as a sticker because I love positive affirmations. So that just was saved into my pics from Pinterest. And then we can save all of them, but I'm just going to do that one for now. And then I'm going to crop that image. So instead of doing, you can do a rectangle. Let's do a rectangle on this one just because it's words that are kind of in a box shape. Actually, I'm going to cut off affirmations and just save it like that. And then turn it a little bit. We'll just put it right there for now just so I can do the other images. And so this is what I mean by clicking that back picture, because now it's taken everything to the back. It thinks that I want to move that back picture. I do not. So I'm going to say again, save that to the back, click off of it, and then my pictures will come back. Okay. So this one, let's save, or let's crop that one like so. So with the freehand, you can also do it this way. You can draw like a little shape around it, cut it out like that, and then it will save your picture like that. I'm just going to put it right there until I figure out how I want to organize my stickers. And then we're going to do these all the same way, since they kind of all have the same background with the clouds and the pinkness. Okay. And then this one, cropped, freehand. Just draw a little squiggle, so on and so forth. So I'm going to take that one and kind of put it there. Don't click off of it, because I was about to click the background. It's going to take over, and I don't want it to do that. Do that one there. I'm going to move her. I'm going to move her here for right now. And then I'm going to make that one a little bit bigger. And kind of put it there. And then I'm going to take this one. Somebody might not make it because we got too much on the page now. Let's get rid of that. And we're going to stick with our cloud looking quotes. And then I'm going to move her. Let's move her maybe right there. I don't know. I kind of don't want her there because she already has words on her shirt. They all have words. It may be okay. It may be okay. I think I'm going to leave it like that. What else can we find? I feel like I need one more picture. Let's not do another quote. I think we've quoted out. Let's just do pink aesthetic. Ooh, we just have some random pictures. So for a vision board, typically a vision board is, what do you see yourself doing for this particular month? You can do a yearly vision board. You can do a monthly vision board. What I do for this particular page, I kind of use it as like a currently page and try to put things I'm currently doing. But lately I've just been doing just beautiful pictures, honestly. Because it's pretty to look at when you open or turn on your iPad and that's the first thing you see as your lock screen. And so you can do this for whatever you want to do it for. So I'm going to cut this out and we'll just have an image on the page. Make it something different than a quote. So how y'all been? Again, I have recorded this video probably about 4 times and didn't like the way that it turned out. So we probably should have did this for October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know what the obsession with pink is lately though. Anyway, I've recorded this video for like 4 different times and I don't think I'm going to crop this one. Just because I like everything in the image. Or should we? Let's do it anyway. Let's just do it. I'll just crop this book out. So I have been reading a lot. See, I picked my pen up, so it's going to think that's what I want. It's not. Anyway, I have been reading a lot since the start of the year. And I have a goal, I think, of 75 books. I believe I've read about 50 something. I would have to go to my Goodreads to see. I just started a book on last weekend. It's interesting. The name of the book is Count My Lies, and I can't tell you off the top of my head who it's by. But it was one of those books that I just happened to go in Barnes & Noble, read the back of, didn't check and see if it was on Kindle Unlimited, because usually that's what I do to see if it's something that I even want to buy. And I bought it anyway. It's been on my bookshelf for the longest, and I finally picked it up this weekend, or last weekend. I don't even think I like that image. Why did y'all let me cut it out? Anyway, get rid of that. And so now we got this bow down here that just adds something. I may not even take that on there. Okay, we'll get rid of it. Sometimes you just got to play with your images to see. So I'm going to move her over here a little bit more. And I still feel like I'm missing something. I don't want any more words on the page, I think is what my issue is. So I'm going to move that to kind of cover up the squiggles from that sticker. I'm going to move her. Maybe we need another girl. Let's do that. Let's bring in another girl. That's why that other girl kind of just, the one that's at the bottom of the page on my previous one, she just kind of made sense down there. So I'm going to put that one kind of like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring in another girl. Let's do that. Anyway, so I started reading a book, and I'm trying to complete my goal before the end of the year. I was going to do 100 books, but some kind of way I got into a reading slump, and I just didn't. I finished reading like some romanticises, a couple of those, and then I was like, I need a break. So I took a break, and I just started back reading. I really like this sticker. Let's just do it. I don't know why. I'm going to tell you, I already have this sticker cut out because I like it so much. So I'm not going to take the time to cut it. Y'all saw how I did it. So I'm going to go to my stickers and find, maybe I don't have that sticker cut. I might have lied to you. Let me see. I got a girl reading a book. I don't think she matches the aesthetic. What do you know? I do not have her. As much as I like the sticker, I don't have her. That is crazy work. So, we'll just save her this time. How about that? Because I just really love it. I think it's the cutest sticker. Go back. Or the cutest picture, image rather, because it's not a sticker until we make it one. And now I don't think I'm on. See, this is where things start to derail a little bit. You know, went off the script and things start to derail. Trying to create something off the top of the dome. Here she go. Alright, so we're going to save her this time because I've used that sticker so many times. Excuse me, I keep saying sticker. I've used this image so many times to not have it. But I'm going to save her once I cropped her out. I don't want to save her with the white background because once I do that, then I won't be able to crop it. All right, so let's freehand it. But yeah, I really enjoy this. This is so relaxing, so calming. You just put on some instrumental music and then you just go on Pinterest and just lose your mind, saving your stickers or saving your interested things that you're interested in. Oh my God, my pencil. I'm trying to hold it down and move my hand. But Pinterest, like I said, I've used that for years. And if you are not familiar with Pinterest, please take the time and download it and go crazy. Like if you, wedding ideas, book ideas, recipes, hairstyles, all the things. Yeah, she just, I'm going to make her a little bit bigger though. I'm going to put her right there in that corner. And then we'll make her bigger because we don't want to be overshadowed down here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move her to the side. Let me move you. Move the calendar. I think the calendar is throwing me off is what the problem is. Here we go. The calendar is throwing me off because I feel like it can't move. The calendar can be wherever we want it to be. But I'm going to put her right there. But I don't want her to cover up any of the dates. Okay, see, I keep doing that. Put that to the back. And then, because immediately I want to click off the image. And then I'm causing that background to like, oh, my turn? Nope, not your turn, boo. What y'all think about that? What you think? I don't know what to think. I like it, but there is no but. I like it. Yeah, that's what the problem is. She was just too wide because I want her on the page, but I definitely don't want her trying to take over the calendar. Alright, I like it. Let's look at it. What you think? I know this video was all over the place. I feel like I need to turn this. So then what I do, so this is now my vision board for September. Oops. And so then if I want to save this as a background on my iPad or my phone, what you do now is you can literally swipe from the left side of your iPad to take a screenshot, like so. I'm going to crop that so that it cuts off the numbers of the planner, cuts all that off. I wonder why my planner is flipped. It looked flipped. Anyway, we're going to save this. We're going to say done. Save the photos. Seemed like this was over here when I took that picture. Anyway, so now what I want to do is I want to lock my phone or lock my iPad. Not unlock it. Hold on. Because I struggle with this. You're supposed to be able to press and hold your background. There we go. And then we're going to add, and I'm going to go to photos, find that photo. There it is that we just created. I didn't want you to see my pictures. That's why I moved the iPad. Y'all be trying to see stuff. And then I'm going to change my date to purple. Make it a little bit thicker. And then pretty much leave it like that. And then I'm going to click add. And then customize home screen. So that on my home screen, I don't want this. I want just that pink color. So I'm going to click that, or you can change or whatever. You can add different colors if you want to. You can change the warmth of that color, make it more pink, more dark. I'm going to do a little bit more pink. And then I'm going to hit done. And then let me just show you some of the wallpapers that I've done already using Pinterest, using GoodNotes. This is the one that I had before that we started with. This is the one I did. I don't know when I did this one. Well, that's today's date. But that was one I did before. Didn't really like that. So I'm not all about pink. And then the other one's just another customized one. But we're going to go with this one. I'm just going to click it. And now that is my lock screen. Open her up. Beautiful. Unlock the iPad. We got that dark pink. So that is just how easy you can create a vision board, save that vision board. So now if I wanted to save that to my phone, I could airdrop that to my iPhone, save it as my background, and go from there. And I'm going to show you how quickly it is to change it back to what we had before, because I like my little goals on there. I didn't do goals for this one because I struggled with saving those goals. But, and then because I've already saved my home screen pair, this is the color that goes along with that particular lock screen. So what do you guys think? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We have so much fun here on the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. I have missed you all so much. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.